Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi, ladies.
Good morning.
We are Lagosing at 50. We got Jum's into building.
I'm not very happy that I'm repeating my own.
It's okay.
Your own is still even good now.
Shebi, your own
Yours last week.
When did you wear yours?
She wore her own 2 weeks ago.
So you're good now. You just hold yours.
I wore my own back to back Friday, back
Because
to back.
the climax of the events are this weekend, so we're just celebrating.
You know that
with
Lagos is 50 exactly May 27th.
Exactly.
So we're celebrating with
Lagos and Rivers State too.
As much as it is not them who gave us the Ankara.
I'm telling you.
If you know how the Ankara came,
yes,
it's not Lagos State at all. I'm just saying it. Got you down.
All right, let me jump on to talk. How you doing?
I'm very good.
I like your gilly.
Yeah, Dupe hooked me up well. She did a good job. It was her first time trying to tie this 1 million, whatever they call it, but I think she did a very good job. In life, you don't need to be, you need to, once you put your mind towards doing something, it's not about, have I done it before or not? If you keep doing it, you get better at it. So I'm trying to get my child to understand that you can't climb on the tables, because he fell down yesterday and it was really terrible. I couldn't sleep because he was a little cranky. I don't know. You know, like, how do you get into that phase of? Yeah. You have to monitor constantly.
You have 3 boys.
By experience now.
And no, you don't get it because the senior ones are always jumping, and those ones know how to land on the floor. But the younger ones doesn't understand how they land.
He wants to be jumping at one.
How you doing, Uwalicious?
Fantastic, Mariah. Me, I just want to lament. After I gathered myself and planned myself, I want to go and watch boxing match.
Oh, that's true. With Ashwaju and Hulanda.
But it was a nice event. Femi Kuti was there. YK, I saw YK and Uncle Theo. And so the governor now comes up. Well, he's apologizing on his behalf. He's gone on national duties. I'm saying, oh my goodness. When we had everybody, come and see everybody waiting and getting out to see that boxing competition. Even if he did not go on national assignments, we knew that the match was not going to be physical. No. Me, I thought that it would be like, okay,
they'll knock him out in round
just
one.
No, not him. He will knock Orlando off in round one, and it will be over. But it was good. I had a nice time yesterday.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Cool. You seem to be enjoying all Lagos at 50 events, which is good. At least one person is.
Well, yeah. So at least you're representing us.
Yes,
don't worry, everybody says hello to you people.
We know.
And shout out to PI, Pastor Ito into building. PI, also happy to find out that
Pastor Ito was so
excited. Our show. Yay, Pastor Ito. He said,
oh, I just saw you this morning. You were talking about marriage. I said, Pastor, when are you coming on our show? He said, just invite
but he has come now.
Yeah,
but he wants to come again.
Yeah, we'd like to have him.
Great. So let's take a break.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
How was the
What's
birthday?
this weekend?
Oh goodness, too many questions. Goodness. My kids, the birthday party, we didn't do anything. We just cooked their beans, the twins, and that was it. That was it. No,
and you prayed for them.
I prayed for them, of course.
And then the in-laws came around to celebrate.
My in-laws came around, and they are home right now. So I have to hush. I'm gonna cook. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, my mother-in-law was very specific with fish.
No problem.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Yes, welcome back. We're going to start with the Punch. Gunmen abduct 6 Lagos pupils 3 days after writing school. 2 of them broke down our doors and told us to lie down. They didn't use masks, and one of them wore a police uniform, says people. INEC accuses Kogi governor of double registration. Varsity invasion. Union Osun demands prosecution of Air Force men. Ebola. FG may sanction airline for repatriating corpse from Congo. At long last, actually, Senate passes new petroleum governance bill. Sultan to announce moon sighting, beginning of Ramadan. Congratulations, our Muslim brothers and sisters. Obasanjo calls for negotiation on Biafran agitation. And Ambode sacks chaplain 24 hours after Sunday service here. NEC accuses Jonathan of sharing ecological funds to PDP states. So what happened with this chaplain story? Who read that story?
I read that story. Very lengthy story. apparently the chaplain in the State House, they organized a special anointing service on Sunday at the chapel. What's the name of it? Christ the Light or something like that.
In Alausa.
In Alausa. So when it was time for the anointing service, a lot of people stood up. This is according to the report from the Punch. A lot of people stood up, and the governor's wife was on the queue. She was standing with her entourage for a while. After a while, she got agitated and she just walked up to the thing. After she got the anointing oil, she stormed out of the chapel. So then the wife of the chaplain followed her. Everybody tried to, she was visibly upset. So 24 hours later, the man receives a sack letter with no reasons, nothing stating what he did. But when they approached the commissioner,
there can't be a letter without a reason.
When they approached the commissioner for information, he said that the man has been
had accumulation of
queries that had been gathered. So it's just that this one
that
it had nothing to do with this thing, the first lady. But the thing is, 24 hours, they gave him ultimatum to pack with immediate effect. So if you see the pictures, his luggage was thrown out. So church members had to contribute money to buy even cooking gas and some items to be able to.
Now,
I know that chapel is Lagos State Chapel. There's a church, there's a mosque in Alausa.
Yes, there's a council that actually got governed by council.
But hold on, go ahead, Tokwe.
When reading the story, I was tempted to jump into conclusion that abuse of power. What does this mean? Like because one person is unhappy with something, you might lose your job. But I know the governor's wife, and I know the kind of person she is. She's a really peaceful, calm person.
So what
I would doubt that this will be linked to what is going on.
Let
us wait for press release from our own office.
So on face value,
but
this is unfair. But we believe that our governor will not do that.
Yes,
I believe our governor's wife will not send. So
if you've ever met her,
give them the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully
they respond.
All right, moving on to The Nation.
Because that's the report.
Obasanjo's civil war never meant to massacre Igbo. PIB, Senate scraps NNPC. 19 states, Abuja may get 2 billion ecological fund. And gunmen kidnap 6 Lagos pupils. We'll talk about the kidnap in Sun because that's the headline. But let's talk about Obasanjo commenting on the civil war, saying that it was never meant to massacre the Igbos.
Celebrating Lagos at 50, Kano at 50, River State at 50, we're also celebrating Biafra at 50. And they had a special event attended by the acting president, Ushibaju. He said a lot of things, you know. Ex-President Obasanjo speaking at the same event was now saying that, look, these Biafran agitators, rather than tell them that if you want to go, just go, that we should be begging them that there's enough cake
for everybody.
I love that part.
So that if you want to eat cake, there's a pleasant way of asking for the cake. You don't just come and start demanding cake anyhow.
But that we should just not tell them, I'll just go.
Yes,
that we should be
begging. If anybody begs says they want to go, you should appeal, and I think it's.
And the VP and the acting president said that we are better together than apart.
Oh, so definitely.
That's what everybody's saying.
He mentioned his own story of how I think it was about 5 during the Biafran war, and how trucks kept on passing in front of his house, I think just going to the east.
For my own end, Jumoke, I feel that those agitating for Biafra just really need
to be
inclusion. Just carry us along. Don't make us feel as though we are not a member of this
fighting them with force
union.
Or attacking them. We must listen to them. They are agitating
so I think that's what Obasanjo said.
Exactly.
Moving on to Vanguard, I believe. Let's appeal to Biafran. Agitators says Obasanjo, we talked about that already. Ecological funds, NEC approves 2 billion naira each for APC states and FCT. Who says Nigeria is indissoluble? Says ask Ango Abdullahi. And Senate passes petroleum industry governance bill. Those are the major stories. So let's talk about the PIB. The PIG bill, actually.
Yeah.
It's about time. It's one of the few things that people expected the House to fix immediately. They got in almost 2 years, and we're happy that they've.
It's not done. It's
the Senate, yes, the Senate passed. So we're waiting for the House.
They passed the first tranche, which is just the governance bill, not the entire bill.
So what the bill, what this part contains is that they've merged the DPR and the PPRA. So both of them are now going to be under one body called the National Regulatory Commission, so NRC, and that they're going to be the one managing the affairs.
And they scrapped NNPC.
Yes.
And all the PPPR was also scrapped. Right, let's talk about
hopefully there won't be major loss of job.
Ecological
years
fund.
After.
Ecological Fund, they said that during the Express Jonathan
Yes.
they only gave only the PDP states
And
PDP-friendly states like the
so
Labour Party. So right now they're giving the 2 billion to all the other states that didn't get.
Wow. Okay.
That's
so what are they
40
going
billion.
to use? Because the issue is there were some issues concerning how the last ecological fund was spent. So if they are giving the new center, it is not a compensation. The ecological fund is meant to fix major issues. Those that are having flood, landslides, they need to be used to fix those issues.
My question is that for the APC unfriendly states now, are they receiving their own?
No, they got theirs.
I'm just asking now. If in the future, if they have to share,
they didn't get it then, so
they're only refunding them.
If they have to share in the future, I hope they will share.
Everybody will get it. I think we have the question.
What makes you think APC is still in the government then? Moving on to Daily Sun. So let's just never know. Daily Sun, very quickly. Panic as gunmen kidnap 6 students. Principals also abducted in Lagos 5 months after earlier strike. Navy police comb forest for abductors. Government tenders bags of money as evidence against Justice Unguta. Senate passes PIGB, scraps NNPC, PPPRA, and others. 19 states, FCT to share 40 billion naira ecological funds. Oshimbajo, Obasanjo open up on Biafra. And Anambra, humanity of Obiano government. I'm sure this Obiano has obviously paid
it has that corner
for like an entire year.
Or the MD of Daily Sun
this top
is
right
from his state. So they just gave their governor
single day.
small space there.
Your Ikorodu is at it again. So Igbonla, Igbonla attacked 7 months ago, October 2016.
Right.
And same mood. Waterways, they tore down the wall,
the
creeks, waterways. So they tore down the wall behind the school, and they got into the school, kidnapped children.
6 children.
They actually kidnapped
10.
And they
profiled all their parents, realizing, your father
is
your father
is a farmer.
Goldsmith is the yes. Then the 6 were kidnapped.
Wow, it's not funny, right? It's very sad.
Right.
And we're hoping that we can
Jumake,
better secure our schools.
What was interesting was that they've been parading that community for some time. And the community alerted the police that, listen, these guys have been shooting sporadically.
They wrote a letter.
And also wrote a letter to the school saying, we are coming.
But they said the same school, from the report I read, that there was an attack in January. Right, and the police had assured them that they would put in maximum security. So the police they were already aware.
So it means
so
that
where it repeats itself is what we don't know.
They came in the police uniforms. They actually thought they were police officers. So it's possible that was probably what they used to
police uniform breaking fence from creek.
They said the students when they saw them in the classroom, they just thought they were police officers. They realized that they were kidnappers.
I expect to hear something from the IGP. We need to catch these guys. Right. There's a whole lot, because it feels that I feel there's something like they have a police information. How would they come dressed like them?
Our final paper is this day. Senate scraps NNPC, others in new petroleum industry governance bill. Ebola, FG, Lagos to sanction. Kenya Airways. Ekweremadu advocates total removal of age limit for political offices. Huh?
I'm happy about this Kenyan Airways.
And that story, Jerry.
Kenyan.
No, they brought in a dead body now. Thankfully that the body, when they screened the body, it was free from Ebola. But you know that this place, there's already a case of Ebola.
They didn't follow the procedure. They didn't follow the procedure.
They didn't get approval, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. But I think going forward, they've even said that dead cops won't be allowed in. I think they're still going to probably modify, because you can't just put an outright ban.
From Congo, that's the Ebola.
No, they didn't specify Congo. They just said
it is here now.
No, this is from Congo. The Kenyan one is from Congo. Right. But they're saying going forward, for now,
don't bring in any dead body. Bury them wherever they die.
All right. That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, what's hot? We're going to tell you. Lanre Gentry's new lover. And later, we have members of the committee of Lagos 50 in the building. Tell us all that's been happening and give us a snippet of what's going to happen this weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, following his release from prison after being charged for wife battery. Messiah Igbe's estranged husband, Lanre Gentry, uploaded a picture on his Instagram page of a lady sitting on his lap with the caption, "Tammy, love of my life." No, Tammy, my love, he said. We don't know for a fact who she is, but could this be some sort of show-off following the domestic violence case against him? What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 070-80-668014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so you can read your tweets. Now, these celebrities like to give us things to talk about.
I'm telling you.
Because, first of all, we've spent almost like a whole week on domestic violence. Now you are cooling off in prison. You now come out and now put another picture. You now bring out a picture of it. You are confusing us, celebrities. Please, what exactly is the situation?
The issue is, you know, the Yorubas have a saying, and they say that is an Ijebu saying, that you can't go to court with someone and come back being friends. There are other ways of mediation. By the time you take me to court,
not in battery, not in battery.
You know, Bible doesn't even have battery. Men are supposed to love women, so that's a violation of all the rules, biblical and law. But so if you then took me to court for whatever reason, and I heard Nima say something profound last week, Friday, that Lanre Gentry has a side. We may not agree with it, but we were not in their home. Whatever truly happened is between three of them, God and the couple.
Right.
So if he feels like he's, you know, he has the short end of the stick and he wants to get back at his estranged wife, is to now come and flaunt a young sissy in front of her. But it doesn't make it right.
Right.
Two wrongs don't make it right, because as it stands today, they're not divorced.
So does that go back to maturity of our men?
Because you just took it out of my mouth.
I mean, sometimes it seems like we marry babies. We marry people who just little boys, but in big
bodies.
You know, because it came across as childish. Like, why would you do that?
You know, men want to be pampered.
Right.
I think that obviously that picture was coming from a place of, let me show off. Let me say I'm okay. There's a deep sense of hurt, you know, even from what she said. Yeah, so she's not happy, and it's just a show off of I'm moving on. So people still, if you don't love me, someone still loves me. Right. There's somebody that is still valuing me and all that. So there's a lot of emotional issues that needs to be dealt with properly. Right. You see, the idea of posting every single issue you face on social media stops you from getting proper help when you need it. I think he needs help. It's a cry for help. Well, you know, now, my issue, most importantly, is with a woman that would go and date such a man.
What
kind of woman would date such a man? You saw a picture of what he did.
Jesus Christ.
You saw what he did to the beautiful wife. And then you now decide to sit on his lap. What are you looking for? To end up in the mortuary?
Maybe that woman has been on the side, waiting for something to happen in that marriage. You don't know the devil, no. That's why they say, women, be careful, don't let the devil into. So when the man is being crazy,
I'm not understanding.
You calm down. In the sense that this lady, she may just have been waiting for one small fight between the couple.
But
there's something wrong with her. As in, like, you would marry somebody that punched and was beating up his housewife.
She will not go and agitate him to the point that he will beat her.
She'll kneel down.
She'll be submissive.
Yes, she'll kneel down.
Lower
me. Yes. Before you say something, let me take this call. Shola, are you there from Port Harcourt? Shola, yes, morning. Thanks for calling us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, how are you today?
Very good. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, you guys are doing a very good job, and I really love your outfit. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to contribute to this your hot topic today.
Yes, go ahead.
The truth of the problem is, Lanre is just very childish. Very, very childish.
Okay.
And also, the Messiah Igbe too, they are not mature people at all. It's when you build your marriage on a foundation that is weak, that is not of God, these are the kind of problems we see. You marry on social media, of course, the marriage will ease out too, without the test of time.
Thank you very much, Shola. Thanks for your input. Yes, Uwa.
What I was going to say was, for me, I think Lanre's reaction, putting the picture, it just shows how much he requires external things to validate who he is. It just showed to me that this is somebody that does not have, what's it called? He's insecure, highly insecure. That's one. Number two, for him, I still stand on the point that I made. You doing this, it means that you are not taking responsibility. It's the same attitude that goes across in Nigeria, that somebody does something. Instead of you to own up that I am wrong, I did this and I am sorry, you try to now put the blame on somebody else. Right. Even if I catch my husband cheating on me with another woman, does it make sense for me to beat or take a knife or stab him? The best I can do is walk away. That shows that I am highly mature. It is only a matured person that can control your emotions. No matter what happens, you are able to control yourself. That's why, and hold on to, you know, whatever it is that you have.
That's why I say only mature people should get into marriage.
Do you understand?
Because define maturity.
You see, maturity now, a lot of people confuse maturity by age, and it's not. Because when I see it now, even the Mercy herself, she went on social media and she's busy posting pictures of her with the surgeon. She's trying to get what's it called, medical examination in the UK. You know, so I mean, these are just things that you do not need in your life. These are unnecessary drama. So now it now puts a kind of thought in for us as normal viewers. Of course, we are viewing them.
Viewing them now.
You know, it puts this concern that, is this for real, or is this something you just want to use another publicity stunt to keep yourself, you know, relevant in the media as a celebrity? So which one is real? Because if I'm going through pains, I will not remember to be posting pictures or to be snapping.
All right, let me take this call. Morning, are you there?
Good morning.
Morning, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
My name is Kenny from JJ.
Yes, Kenny, go ahead.
My first caller.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Well, what I want to say about this issue is that both of them are not too mature like that. Well, because in marriage, they talk about maturity. People, so I don't know why nowadays people just get married, just taking maturity, know each other very well. Now, what they did is very, very wrong.
Okay.
You can see in him when he come up from the jail or whatever. Now go out.
Thank you very much, Kenny.
I have one more point to make. When Tokwe raised the issue of that the woman, you see, I keep saying that everybody's complaining, my husband is cheating, my wife is cheating. If the candidates, the customers finish, you will not see anybody to cheat with. It's the same thing. She was saying that the girl, which girl will go and sit when you saw with your korokoro eye how somebody beat somebody, and you now go and be in that relationship. I said, because that is how life is right now. A lot of girls are waiting. In short, if this one leaves now, tomorrow, there are 10 that are lined up. Because nobody even understands that I should place value on myself. Because any man that beats up a woman, don't think you're too special. Anything can trigger it. You are the next victim.
Exactly. Let me take this call from Yinka, then I'll come to you. Yinka, are you there?
Yes,
thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Bravo, good morning and all that.
Morning.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Well, my concern this morning is you are saving too much time on this issue. What is so important about Lanre and his wife? You are taking too much time on this issue. Please, let's have another thing to talk.
All right, thank you very much, Jiga. It's our Celebrity Friday. We talk about celebrities on Friday, so that's why, and they keep their business in the news, and we have to talk about it because people must learn from these experiences. Yes.
Beyond that, a lot of marriages are going through issues, and the issues are issues that the celebrities' issues are playing out. We can learn from the mistakes they are making to correct the ones happening in the secret. Lanre Gentry's personal issue is that I feel that if you found yourself and you understand your issues, what you're going through, that I just came out from prison, I need to get my life sorted out, I have family, I need to protect my good name that I supposedly should have, then you wouldn't be posting a Temi on social media. You should get a psychological help. You should get that proper help. Yeah. But Uwa mentioned something really very vital. The idea that your validation, your self-validation, because you don't have any idea of self-love, you don't love yourself, you don't have self-esteem, no sense of self-worth. You get it from how many likes you get on social media and how people react to your comments on social media. Those are some of the side effects of social media, because we focus so much on living our life there that we forget to live our lives one-on-one.
Right.
The viewer saying that we should stop talking about it, I don't agree. I feel we should talk about it. People should realize these things are happening, and so you know how to keep your own home together.
Right.
Two things. What's maturity exactly? Because if all immature people do not marry, then how do we continue humanity? Secondly, there will be somebody who will be the right person for Lanre Gentry. Meaning that if there's a woman who agitates him, there will be another woman who just makes him cool, calm, makes him a better person, you know. And maybe the foundation of the marriage was wrong. So there'll be several women who are thinking, maybe I'm the right one to correct him or help him.
But shouldn't he work on himself first?
People always say that you can't correct, you can't change a man.
There will always be women available. Right. We know that you cannot change a man. But if, Mariah, you know that there will be things that you will do that will make your husband agitated. You stay away from doing them. If there's a lady married to your husband, he may hit her, you know, if she continually agitates him. You know, so the solution is for all of us to work on ourselves. Take your family life off social media. It doesn't help you. It doesn't, I don't think it builds your profile for you to be viewed by so many people as an irresponsible person.
And as a woman, I think we can end up, as a woman, have enough self-respect for yourself. You don't go after men like that. I mean, we're not trying to judge Lanre Gentry here, but based on the facts that we see, I think we should have enough self-respect for yourself not to go for somebody who has a record of wife battery. Let's take a few tweets and run off.
Oga says, the family members should pray for those guys. This is spiritual matter, I think. Beating a lady is inhuman. Good morning. Tariq's rules says, the blow Lanre used for Messi is loading for his new lover. How can someone see an open pit and voluntarily fall into it?
All right, let's take a break now. When we come back, we're going to focus now on the Lagos at 50 committee. They join us on the couch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So 50 years is obviously a significant landmark in the life of any individual, institution, or state. For Lagos State, it has been an eventful 50 years, which deserves to be celebrated. Joining us is the co-chairman, Lagos at 50 Committee, Honorable Habib Fashinro, and the chairman of the Lagos State Council of Arts and Culture, Polly Alakija. Welcome to the show. So,
Good
morning. You guys have been celebrating since April. We've seen the whole calendar of events, the regatta, the concerts, the musical stuff. How has it been so far? I mean, the climax is, I think, tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow 27th. But how has it been for the past couple of months?
Actually, it's been very interesting. What has happened in the past 50 days, or let me put it 49 days, because tomorrow is the 50th day.
Right.
We had started last year planning the whole process of what we're going to do over the course of the year. I think the governor initiated our committee, and what we're looking for was celebrating during the event year itself, so as in celebrating through the whole course of 2017. But there were little things we were doing all throughout. They're just sensitizing people and doing a few events. Like there were some symposia, some colloquium that were done all throughout the first few months. Then we geared it up and said, look, the last 50 days, we should get a set of events together that ramps up all the way to the 27th of May. One of the things that one should also appreciate and notice is that we're celebrating it in the course of the year, but we're just having a 50-day ramp up to the 27th. The other things that we're going to do that can't be done because of the time of the year and because of the events that the time they take place. So basically, it's going to be celebrated to the end of the year. Oh, wow. But the climax is because the main focus, because tomorrow, the 27th, was the day that Lagos State was created.
Now, let me come to Polly. I know that you're the chairman of a committee. There's going to be help for tourism in Lagos State. Tell us about the committee and what your objectives are going to be going forward.
The committee is council, and it's the Lagos State Council for Arts and Culture. So the council's been in existence for quite a while, but His Excellency has reshaped the board and appointed a new board to help steer the direction moving forward. And it's one of his initiatives to make sure that the momentum built up during the countdown isn't lost. Clearly, we're blessed with an administration that loves arts and culture, and also the administration is realising the importance to arts and culture to the economy of the city and to the health of the city. So it's our job to ensure that we can harness that and create an enabling environment so that the creative arts can prosper.
I've always been of the opinion that what are we going to do after this celebration? Nigerians, we like celebrating. The budget for this celebration has been, as in the little I've heard, it's a little bit annoying for me because I feel like a lot of people are hungry. So why are we spending so much money in celebration? So what exactly, apart from the celebration, what exactly is Lagos at 50 doing for the impoverished Lagosians, the ones that don't have anything to eat, the ones that are still feeling the bite of recession and cannot attend the conferences and the symposiums and all that because they are struggling to eat? What is Lagos at 50 doing for them?
Okay, I think one thing that we need to be clear about is that whatever you hear about the quantum of money that has been spent in the course of the celebration, we have to be clear about that. All what Lagos State did was put a seed fund, which was probably a quarter of the amount of what we have spent. We have gone out to raise funding from corporate individuals and corporate companies and also individuals and those who are friends of Lagos State. So let's be clear about that. Lagos State government has not pumped the money into that.
Hakeem,
Habib,
sorry, if a human being clocks 50, you say, oh, because I'm alive. What is there to celebrate at Lagos 50?
What I'm just trying to go on as well is that what I was trying to explain, that I was going to go on to another part of it, that what we must also realize is that there are a lot of things that have happened in the course of celebrating Lagos State at 50. There have been a lot of events, there have been a lot of things happening, and as I've always said, whenever you have events or celebrations, there are always things that come with it. It's like us having a party in our house. We're going to engage the person who is going to be the person who's going to bring the cleaner, and things like that. And that's all commerce in itself. Because you see, like we had the carnival, people had to make clothing and things like that. People came to sell food. People came to. We had the Ayo Ankara as well. We had to pay, the tailors and things like that. We had the Ayo festival as well, the costumes, the people the vendors and things like that. So that has created a lot of commerce within Lagos State. And I guess some people have come out of Lagos to come and sell their wares as well. So, in as much as we are spending money through donations from well-wishers and corporate bodies, we've also generated economic activities amongst those in Lagos State. So it's very important to know, because it's just not spending money, it's what we're doing and so it's what's generating. So if you say that, oh, people are hungry and things like that, we've also made them engage in commerce and things like that. That's basically what we've done.
Honorable, I was at the, what's it called now? Yesterday, the
conference.
The smart, moving to smart city yesterday, and I heard a lot of, promising growth especially for the transportation sector for Lagos. But I know that the future of any society is the children, that is the future from the youth. That's where the future is. So in all this plan for Lagos State at 50, what is the role of the youth in Lagos State at 50, then moving forward? What is the plan for them? For the children that we have today, what's their plan? What's the future for them?
What the whole celebration has brought to the forefront is that what is the legacy we're going to leave behind with all this celebration?
Yes.
And you can see we have gone through a process of celebrating cultural side of things. We've also gone through a situation of engaging the kids in science and technology, in debate, and also in the arts sphere as well. I guess Polly will be able to talk a bit about that. But what I would just want to re-emphasize is that it's important to know, and we're quick to condemn and say we've done all celebration and stuff like that. It's important to know, and and I need to re-emphasize, the kids have been carried along in all of this. So that's very important for us to know.
We thank God that there is life and we're all alive to celebrate Lagos at 50. So tell us about the art and cultural aspect of this celebration. Yeah,
and also plans for the children going forward.
Yes, I'd like to talk about the children.
Okay,
too,
go ahead.
Because I'm passionate about education, and let's look at the demographics of this city. I mean, the statistics aren't set in stone, but we're looking at a demographic whereby 40% of Lagos is under 20. So this state is all about the youth and the young. And again, His Excellency recognises that and has a passion to empower the youth and children. When you're looking at arts and culture and the creative industries, you don't have a healthy arts, culture and creative industry sector if you don't have a healthy educational system, if you're not educating your young. Now, that's very much a major part, I feel, of our responsibilities. And I mean education in a very holistic sense. I mean, I think all adults are responsible for educating the young. It's not just through the mainstream. There's many parallel systems of education. Education begins in the home, doesn't it? So I believe that's very much part of our role moving forward.
I saw a lot of statues, you know, put up everywhere. Is anyone teaching the young people the importance of some of those statues? Now I'll see Kanos, I'll see Fela. Who is this? I don't even know who he is, you know. How are we teaching the young people the heritage?
Yeah, well, that's something that's we're here to make sure now happens moving forward. The board has been very recently inaugurated. We've been inaugurated about a month ago. So yeah, that's very much part of one of our discussions.
Honorable Habib Bashir, there was sort of a controversy during the time the posters were up, the pictures. The first 50, I think, you were saying that, why would you put a Two-Face? Why would you put was it
George?
You were asking for Badede, asking for so many other people. And what happened? Could you just give us
the selection process?
What happened and how? Because I think there was a fixing of that, because we now saw new names coming out, saw new cultures, new tribes being represented properly. So what exactly happened? Could you just tell us what happened in that period?
I think sometimes we're impatient in our expectations.
Right.
I think it was an innovative idea to start showcasing people who have found one way or the other to associate themselves with Lagos.
Right.
As you can see, a lot of the people who work on things to do with social media or media around the place are easily attracted and identified with people of their own age. So in the whole process of wanting to showcase people who have made Lagos, benefited from Lagos, have had some connection or the other where Lagos has influenced them, right? Because basically it's the whole process in which it has to go to their different categories of people.
Right.
It was just incidental that that's what came out first. If you see that through the process, you had other people, because I must say, you know, someone like Alhaji Okunu, who was one of the people who agitated for the creation of Lagos State, came in the second or the third phase. Then you had, you know, people like Mobolaji Johnson, the first civilian governor, the first military governor of Lagos State, or the first governor of Lagos State, period, where civilian came in the second phase. I think it was the way it was deployed. I think the whole process was that we're going to have everybody in the whole process and go inside. I think one of the key things is being able to rejig it and go probably electronic. So we're going to start having things like our Lagos through an electronic platform. Maybe we'll create an application, an app where I think we can all even sit down and say, this is my Lagos, and then we're part of it. And then I hope we have enough bandwidth so that we don't blow the whole thing up in the process.
So one of the things that the theme is enhancing the heritage. So our hope for this celebration is to try and bring in foreign investment, people to come into probably vacation and tourism, improve tourism. What specifically do you think would attract a foreigner into Nigeria, into Lagos right now?
Let me pause you. We'll answer that question right after the break.
Thank you.
Stay with us, we'll be right back. Give you time to digest.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So the questions that we asked about tourism in Nigeria.
What
should
would attract someone?
Look forward to seeing in Lagos?
I think one of the key things that you must understand is that anywhere we go in the world, we're attracted by the culture and the history. If you're going to Paris, you're going to the Louvre. If you're going to UK, you're going to Tower of London. If you're going to Italy or the Vatican, you're going to the Basilica. If you're going to Rome, so those are the kind of things that attract you. So it's the culture and heritage that attracts you to cities before, apart from doing business. So what we're saying is that, you know, enhancing our heritage. You know, basically we want to revive what we have, showcase what we have in a manner that will attract people to want to come and see it. Because one of the key things we've done, as I said, we've done the carnival. One of the major cultural things that everybody knows about Lagos is the Ayo Festival.
Yeah.
We had a very successful Ayo Festival last Saturday, and we had a lot of people who came in from outside Lagos and also outside Nigeria just to come and experience. And well, that was the first couple of hours, but after that till 6 o'clock, it was fantastic. And this is the kind of things that, you know, it's an experience. People come and watch. People used to go to Brazil for their carnival.
Yes,
right?
They go to Kenya,
and you
for
know,
the Masaris.
you talk about when you go to Brazil, nobody talks about the favelas. Nobody talks about the amount of people that get killed there. Things that people go to South Africa. You know, nobody talks about the murder rates and things like that. But they always look at the positive side. And basically, what we should do is always put our positive forward.
Hi, Oye, are you there? Thanks for calling. Sorry for keeping you.
Hello, Morayo. Good
morning. Good morning, ma.
Good morning, Morayo and others.
Good morning, ma.
Happy Lagos at 50.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to ask a question.
Yes,
ma'am. Can I ask a question? What is the future of Lagos children? And your guest is just saying Lagos future. Or what is the future of Lagosians, the children at stake? Good morning, and to all of you.
Thank you very much.
May I add a question to that on Twitter? Honorable Alausa says, I congratulate Lagos at 50, but my question is academically, what are the plans of Lagos State government for education? So, based on about the children.
I think one of the things that we need to understand is that there's been a massive investment in education. And in education, it's just not teaching people. It's teaching the teachers. It's also creating the physical structures that people get educated in. And, you know, this government and this governor is just building on what has been put in place in the past and is making a major emphasis for kids to be taught properly and to be able to learn in a very conducive atmosphere. And that's the key thing. And if you don't have that, you don't have a future. The future are the kids. Right. But you have to have an educated future. If you don't have an education, you're just not going to have anything work properly.
Okay, let me take this call from Idris. Idris, are you there?
Okay, good morning.
Morning, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to ask something from the guest. I'm really concerned regarding, I really appreciate the fact that they are doing Lagos at 50 and I commend Lagos State government. But my concern is that from the onset of the Lagos at 50 event, I was concerned regarding what informed them regarding the choice of people that were put on the billboard.
I think he has answered that.
Excelling students, like those who had first class and things like we only saw musicians and things like that. Yeah, and this really bothered me that we never had something of such. And if we are going to develop Lagos, we should develop it with education.
Thank you very much, Idris. I think he actually did answer that it was in phases. Yeah. We were just impatient. And there are other people, yes, the first class graduates, yes, but you see, you can't really go around town.
I wanted to ask a question based on Akim Amal's tweets. Raise funds through CSR to provide healthcare. I've always used this platform because I use the public healthcare system and I give it twice in a public hospital, so I understand how terrible that place is. There is never enough bed every day you get to our general hospitals because it is. You look like it.
Isn't that a question?
So someone is saying that can we raise? Somebody no. So Akim Amao is saying that shouldn't we have raised funds with the partnership to fund the healthcare for the people?
Really? How is that possible?
I'm asking this question.
Why do you know one bear?
Okay, can we?
I have an answer question for Polly because I went to the Lagos State Museum. All our heritage, I hear that is actually in the British Museum. What are you doing in that regard? I know you've just been 1 month, you know, but arts and culture is our heritage. I want to go and see the Eyo.
We even heard that somebody copied our Oduduwa or Benin.
Yeah, the Benin mask.
So what are you doing to get back our stuff?
What am I doing personally? Gosh, quite a big question. And the board, like I said, it's just been inaugurated very recently. But we've already discussed that, and I flagged it up as an area of concern. And clearly, I'm originally from UK, so something's giving that away. So I feel let's always build on the positive. Now we've got a very long history with the UK, so let's build on what works in that relationship for Nigeria. Now, yes, I agree, and we all know that some gems of Nigerian traditional art rest there. So rather than getting angry about it, how can we build a positive relationship with, let's say, the British Museum? Now we go back to our children and education. I would love our children here to have exposure to what goes on in, let's say, the British Museum and the Educational Department. So can we not reach out a hand to the British Museum and ask for cooperation and collaboration rather than get angry about we want our artifacts back? Let's start a positive conversation that's going to work for Lagos State and the children of Lagos State. Clearly we know what the end objective is, but let's see what we can get out of it for Lagos State and our children.
No, I wanted to just quickly say that, to Honorable, that you had of course, before you start something, you have an end goal in mind. Would you say that this 50 days has been, you know, successful? Everything that you had planned in your mind that it would go, and it is well executed to that point?
Apart from the rain.
Nobody said that every time the AO comes out,
yes,
that rain must fall.
Well, on certain occasions, yes, it has. But one of the key things that you need to understand is that obviously we plan these things to have an end result and to have a legacy at the end of the day. I think one of the things that Polly hasn't mentioned, I think that one of the things that has come out of the arts and culture side is that the British Council came into collaboration with us as Lagos State at 50, and in collaboration with Polly as an artist, because incidentally Polly is an artist apart from the fact that she's there. And what we've done is that there's something called Rivers of the World, which children from secondary schools, right, in different parts of the world meet together and express of what they know about the rivers in their country and things like that. Nigeria is going to be represented in the UK with installations by the British, by the Tate Museum. Is it Tate Museum?
Yeah, we have a site outside the Tate Modern.
We're going to have a site, and that Tate Modern, and that's a major site. Anybody who exhibits there, and this is going to be paintings by kids from 6 secondary schools in Lagos State, going to showcase in the UK. You know, basically when you get there and you see it's Lagos State, it also projects Nigeria. I think anything that happens in Lagos State that is positive, everything that happens in Lagos is always positive. We always lay the foundation for
definitely. We're pace setters.
Let us take some few tweets, please.
Oyedele Awokoya says they tried, but the plans seemed a little bit elitist. Lagosians need to also benefit, maybe by declaring free BRT fare for 50 days. Bola says, Lagos at 50. Good morning. Please, can the Lagos at 50 committee make available the lecture on the history of Lagos for all? Gideon Adeni says Lagos government should try more on orientation and capacity building of the next generation. The next 50 years depend on the youth.
Let me say something that a gentleman mentioned at the event yesterday that we went to. I can't remember his name, but he was talking about transportation. He said that the governor should demand or request that all the Lagos officials, all his cabinet, use public transportation.
We should force
them. Start using. So once they use it, then they can also encourage, because they're trying to get people to use less of their cars and start using the public transportation.
Once government officials start to use public facilities, hospitals, schools for their children and grandchildren, our transportation, things will change.
Someone wants us to tell you, Andrew Instru says that, can you retrieve old videos of Lagos from the defunct NTA Channel 10?
Well, unfortunately, they can't answer that question because you have to run now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. So tomorrow is the gala night. That's the climax, right?
Yes.
After that, everybody just relaxes for a while. Then you then get to start work on your own time. All right. All right. That's all we can say. I hope you had fun as much as we did. Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.